Good morning, everyone. Hello. Good morning. Hi. Five. Little push.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Are you seeing, are you hearing this morning? Can you confirm, are you seeing, are you hearing? Sylvia? Shirley? Are you seeing my screen? Are you hearing my audio? Are you seeing my screen, Sylvia? Or were you hearing my audio?
I am.
And her birthday, 2/27/25. There was a reason for the visit too. She had a pretty high fever yesterday.
Did you hear me, CJ?
Yes, I heard you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay then.
Thank you, Sylvia. Okay, here we go.
You're most welcome. CJ, there is no sound. I don't know if it's me.
Sylvia? No
No,
sound?
I was saying, yeah, I don't know if it's me, but I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, there's no sound.
Thank you.
We working. Mhm.
Yeah, apologize for that.
Long before a man becomes something.
What about now?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
He has already been thinking about it. Thoughts are not harmless. The thoughts you repeat become your future. Long before a man becomes something, he has already been thinking about it. Thoughts are not harmless things. They are the seeds from which every life is grown. Every achievement, every failure, every habit, and every destiny begins first as a thought. Watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Watch your words, for they become your actions. Watch your actions, for they become your habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. And watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. Whether we realize it or not, we are constantly shaping ourselves through the thoughts we repeat. Day after day, year after year. The person we become tomorrow is being formed by what occupies our minds today. Most people believe their future is shaped by circumstances. Yet circumstances often follow thought. A man moves toward what he thinks about most. He notices what he is looking for. He acts on what he believes. And over time, those thoughts become the architecture of his life. But how does this actually happen? The thoughts that shape us most are rarely the big ones. They are not the dramatic decisions we make at crossroads or the bold declarations we occasionally make to ourselves about who we intend to become. They are the thoughts we think 1,000 times. Thoughts like, I'll never be good at that. People like me don't succeed. It's too late. I'll start someday. Repeated often enough, these thoughts stop feeling like opinions. They begin to feel like facts. And once a thought feels like a fact, a person starts living as though it were true. They begin to doubt themselves. They hesitate when they should act. They speak less. They try less. They expect less from life. Little by little, they make themselves smaller. Not because they lack ability, not because they lack potential, but because they have accepted a limitation that exists only in their thinking. The mind begins searching for evidence to support what it already believes. If a person believes they cannot succeed, every setback becomes proof. Every mistake becomes confirmation. Every obstacle becomes another reason to quit. And over time, negative thinking weakens confidence, drains enthusiasm, and robs a person of the initiative required to move forward. What began as a thought eventually becomes a way of life. The strangest discovery about the human mind. The mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly, repeatedly imagined. Read that again, because it matters. Feed the mind an idea, any idea, and if you repeat it with enough frequency and enough conviction, the mind begins treating it as true, not symbolically true, operationally true. It begins filtering experience through that idea, searching for evidence that confirms it and quietly discarding evidence that doesn't. This is not a flaw. It is how the mind was designed. The mechanism that makes it possible to learn a skill, develop a habit, or build a character is the same mechanism that makes it possible to convince yourself of something that isn't so. The tool doesn't care how it is used. It works in whatever direction you point it. A child who is told, repeatedly, by the adults who matter most to them that they are capable, that they are bright, that they can figure things out, that difficulty is not a sign of incapacity, but simply the feeling of a challenge not yet met. That child develops a relationship with difficulty that is fundamentally different from the child who was told the opposite. Not because their abilities are different, because their internal conversation is different. And that internal conversation, built one repeated thought at a time over years, becomes the lens through which all of experience is seen. The man who believes he is capable looks at a hard problem and thinks, "I have not solved this yet." The man who believes he is not capable looks at the same problem and thinks, "I cannot do this." Same problem, different thought, completely different relationship with what comes next. This is why two men of genuinely equal intelligence and genuinely equal circumstance can look 10 years later like they came from different worlds. One made something, the other didn't. And the difference, traced back to its origin, is almost always in what each of them said to himself when things were hard. The thought is the beginning of everything. Is in what each of them said to himself when things were hard. The thought is the beginning of everything. The thoughts that run without being chosen. Most of our thinking is not chosen. We do not sit down each morning and deliberately select the thoughts we will carry through the day. We wake up and the thoughts are already there. The familiar ones, the habitual ones, the ones that have been running in the background for so long that they feel like the weather rather than something we have any say over. A man who has spent 20 years telling himself he is not the kind of person who succeeds does not experience that belief as a thought. He experiences it as a fact about the world. It feels no more chosen than the color of his eyes. But it was chosen, not in a single moment. No one sits down and decides to believe they are incapable. It was chosen in the accumulation of small moments in which a discouraging thought was allowed to stay, in which a failure was treated as evidence rather than information, in which the inner voice that said you can't was never argued with, never examined, never asked to prove its case. The thought stayed because no one threw it out. And a thought that is allowed to stay gets repeated, and a thought that is repeated gets believed, and a thought that is believed gets acted on, and action taken from a false belief produces results that seem to confirm the belief, and the cycle closes. This is how a person ends up 40 years old, living a life they never chose, shaped by thoughts they never examined. The question, then, is whether anything can be done about it. The answer is yes. But the answer requires honesty first. It requires a person to look at the thoughts they have been carrying, the ones that run automatically, the ones that feel like facts, and ask a hard question: is this actually true? Or have I simply been repeating it long enough that it has started to feel that way? What deliberate thinking actually looks like. People here think positively, and they understand it to mean something like, pretend things are fine when they are not, or repeat cheerful statements to yourself until you feel better, or refuse to acknowledge difficulty because acknowledging it might invite more of it. That is not what I mean. That version of positive thinking is a form of dishonesty, and dishonesty with yourself is not a foundation for anything worth building. What I mean by deliberate thinking is something more demanding. It is the practice of choosing, consciously and with some regularity, which thoughts you will give your attention to and which ones you will not. Not by pretending the discouraging thoughts don't exist, but by refusing to give them the kind of sustained, repetitive attention that turns a passing thought into a settled belief. Here is the practical difference. A man makes a serious mistake at work. Two men, in fact, both make the same serious mistake. The first man thinks, I failed at this. He sits with that thought. He returns to it. He examines it from every angle. He tells himself in the days that follow that this is the kind of thing that happens to him. That this is consistent with a pattern. That it confirms something about what he is and is not capable of. The mistake grows in his mind from an event into an identity. The second man thinks, I failed at this. And then he asks a different question. Not what does this say about me, but what does this tell me that I didn't know before? He looks at the mistake for the information it contains. He extracts that information, and then he lets the event go because there is nothing more to be gotten from it, and carrying it forward serves nothing. Same mistake. Same moment. Two entirely different outcomes, not from what happened, but from what each man chose to do with it in his thinking. This is what deliberate thinking looks like. It is not refusing to see difficulty. It is refusing to let difficulty be the last word. It is maintaining through discipline rather than temperament a mental habit that looks for the useful question rather than the confirming verdict. It takes practice. It does not come naturally to most people because the mind's default setting runs toward pattern matching rather than genuine inquiry. But like any other skill, it can be developed. And the person who develops it has something that the circumstances of life cannot easily take from them. The long effect of a changed inner conversation. The first thing that changes is what a person notices. Attention is selective. The mind is receiving far more information than it can process at any given moment, and it filters that information based on what it has been told to look for. A man who believes opportunity is scarce will walk through the same day as a man who believes opportunity is available, and they will notice different things. Not because reality is different for each of them, because their filters are set differently. When you change the thought, you change the filter. You begin to see things you were previously walking past, not because they are new, they were always there, but because now you are looking for them. The second thing that changes is how a person responds to difficulty. Difficulty is not optional. It comes to every life without exception, in quantities that bear no reliable relationship to merit or effort or any other variable a person can control. What varies is not the presence of difficulty, but what a person does with it. The man who has trained himself to look for the question inside the setback. What is this telling me? What is the next step? What have I learned? What have I learned? Moves through difficulty differently than the man who has trained himself to look for confirmation of his fears. He is not immune to discouragement, but discouragement does not have the last word. And the third thing, the one that takes the longest and means the most, is what a person begins to believe is possible for them. This is where the real change happens, not in the external circumstances, which tend to respond slowly and on their own schedule, but in the interior picture a person carries of what their life can look like. That picture, what the psychologists of an earlier era called the self-image, is the most powerful determinant of what a person will attempt, what they will sustain, and what they will ultimately produce. A man whose self-image is that of a person who figures things out will attempt things a man who sees himself as someone to whom things happen will never try. Not because one is braver than the other, because one genuinely believes the attempt makes sense and the other genuinely doesn't. That belief was built by thought, repeated thought over years in both directions, which means it can be rebuilt in both directions. The practice, what to actually do. The first practice is examination. Set aside a short time. It need not be long. 15 minutes will do. And ask yourself honestly what the recurring thoughts are, the ones that keep coming back, the ones that run automatically in the background of a difficult day. Write them down if you can. There is something about putting a thought onto paper that takes some of its power away. A thought in the mind can feel immense and true and fixed. Written down, it often looks smaller, more arguable, more like the opinion it actually is, rather than the fact it has been pretending to be. Once you can see the thought clearly, ask it the only question that matters. Is this actually true? Not, does it feel true? Not, have I always believed it? But, is there actual honest evidence that this is an accurate description of reality? You may find that the thought cannot answer that question, that when pressed, it has nothing to offer except its own long history of being believed. That is important information. The second practice is replacement. A thought that is simply suppressed tends to return. The mind does not do well with negatives. Don't think about failure is not a thought that sticks. What sticks is a different thought, given a specific and concrete shape. Not vague encouragement, not "I am successful" repeated in a mirror. Something specific and honest, a thought that is true, or that you genuinely want to move toward, and that you can return to when the old one shows up. I have handled hard things before, and I can handle this one. That is specific. It has evidence behind it if you look for it. It asks nothing unreasonable. I do not yet know how to do this, but I have not yet seriously tried to find out. That is honest. It doesn't claim more than it can deliver, but it holds open a door that the old thought was closing. Return to the replacement thought when the old one arrives, not once, not twice, as many times as it takes, for as long as it takes. This is not a technique that produces results in a day. It is a practice that produces a different person over a year. The third practice is attention to what you let in. The thoughts that run in your mind do not all originate there. Many of them enter from outside, from what you read, what you listen to, what the people around you say and believe and model in their daily behavior. A man who spends his evenings consuming material that is cynical, fearful, or deeply pessimistic about the possibilities available to human beings is not going to have an easy time holding a constructive inner conversation. The environment is constantly loading new material into the mind, and the mind is using that material. You cannot control everything that enters, but you can exercise considerably more control than most people do. The reading you choose, the company you keep, the conversations you engage in, and the ones you walk away from. These are not small things. They are the raw material of your inner life, and your inner life is the raw material of your future. So, the thought you repeat the most is building the person you are becoming. Not in a week, not in a month, but over the years, the quiet, ordinary, unremarkable years that eventually become a life. The thought that runs most often in your mind is laying down something, either a foundation or a ceiling, either the floor from which you climb or the limit below which you stay. Most people never examine this. They accept the thoughts that arrived early, that were handed to them by circumstance and other people's fears, and they carry them forward without ever asking whether the thoughts deserve to be carried. I am asking you to examine yours, not with self-criticism, not with the punishing kind of honesty that only adds one more discouraging voice to the ones already present, but with the honest, clear-eyed examination of a person who wants to know the truth because the truth, however uncomfortable, is the only thing that can actually be worked with. Find the thought that is limiting you. Name it, write it down, ask it whether it is actually true, and then, deliberately and repeatedly, give your attention to something better. Not better in the sense of more comfortable, better in the sense of more accurate, more honest about what is actually possible, more faithful to what you know, at some level, you are capable of. The person you can become is already in there, not as a finished product, no one is that, but as a direction, as a capacity that has not yet been fully used. The thoughts you choose from here, repeated with intention over the months and years ahead, will either move you toward that person or away from them. That choice belongs to you. It always has.
Yes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning,
Good morning, good morning.
morning.
I'm Malika. If you'll be so kind. I want to get into something this morning, but just in case there are folks on the call with us that are new. We want to welcome everyone. So I'll take a quick minute and allow Malika or Benjamin, please, could you just do us the honors this morning, please?
I was trying to give Benjamin the opportunity. Hi, Benjamin, are you there? Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this amazing call called Momentum Morning. If you are new, please go ahead and introduce yourself to us and also let us know who invited you to the call. Simply tap on that little mic next to your name or at the bottom of your screen. So go ahead, we'll give you a couple of minutes to do that. Again, welcome to Momentum Morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Malika. And it has come to my attention that there have been some folks coming on the call. The invitee isn't there, and the guest is there wondering what's next. So I want to make sure that I say good morning and welcome, just in case you are new on the call and your invitee is not here to introduce you. I want to make sure that my protocol is intact. Earl Nightingale, I don't know about the rest of you folks, but Earl is someone that I listen to from time to time, and even though I have heard and listened to some of the tapes and the videos before, every time I get a deeper and a clearer understanding of issues. So much to unpack. Did I go too fast? Do we have a takeaway this morning? Let's take a quick minute before we get into our real show this morning. Is there any takeaway from your thoughts as was delivered by Mr. Nightingale this morning? Any takeaways this morning? The thoughts you repeat, they become your reality. Do we have a takeaway this morning? Okay. Do we have a testimonial this morning? It's been a minute now. I haven't heard any testimonials, any stories. Malika, I just don't understand. The year is racing away. We are in the month of June, and I don't seem to hear much in the way of testimonials. What's going on? Everyone is so quiet. Hello, y'all.
We are here.
No stories to tell, no testimonials, no takeaways.
Good morning,
Also, like
CJ.
we're taking our
Hey,
himo here.
somebody.
Good morning.
Good morning, CJ. This is
Good
Dr.
morning.
Driver. But
Hey,
before
Dr. Jarvis, where you been? Where have you been?
I have been rather
Okay.
busy.
Yes. Okay.
Still dealing with the business and of course my life. But
Okay.
the first thing I would like to bring to your attention is the way my name is spelled.
Okay.
I don't. It's nowhere near my name. When I'm looking at the participants, and it's got the way it's spelled is spelled totally wrong. And I would prefer that to be Dr. Driver. These letters that they have here They've misspelled my
Mhm.
first name. I would appreciate if that could be corrected. Um,
Well, I have nothing to do with that. It's what pops up on the screen. If everything
okay.
is, yes, but I'll just go ahead and change it. Whatever is on the screen is what is auto-generated.
Well, it wasn't always like that.
I
Um,
know. In
it
fact, I'm
should.
trying to figure out
I don't
who.
understand why it's like that now.
Yeah.
It should be Althea Driver or Dr. Driver. But I think when my name was first put up, it should be Althea.
That's what I
This
used to
is
see. Mm-hmm.
and okay, Dr. Driver, that's better. Um, that's good right there. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Secondly, the takeaway from the conversation
Talk
that
about it.
he was sharing about the thoughts um, was very interesting in when he was discussing how important it is to write down your thoughts. Um, Writing is something that I've learned over the years that's very helpful as an author. Um, I had to do a lot of writing about my life story and what I experienced. And going back after writing things down, um, you can have the opportunity maybe days, weeks, or months later, you go back and you reread what you've written, and it would always surprise me. And I would ask myself, did I write this?
Mm.
Because it sounds so encouraging and positive, as opposed to when I was writing it. I didn't see it like that. I was writing because I was trying to bring my story to life and in
Mm-hmm.
perspective. And then, like even now, years later, I go back and I read what I've written, and it has really strengthened me to
Mm-hmm.
know that this is who you are. Um, this
Wow.
is your story. This is what you've shared, and it just opened my understanding and my eyes up to know that you can be and do uh,
Mm.
anything that you want to be because we have those gifts inside of us. I didn't realize I had gifts to be a writer, and I'm still learning. But over the years, I've discovered how fascinating human beings are and how God created us um, to bring forth what He have put in us. And so, what this gentleman was sharing this morning in thoughts, I needed to hear that
Mm.
because that really opened my eyes and my understanding, which is my thought process of knowing that you were created for greatness. And we have to
Mm.
be careful about how we go through life and not take life as a downer, um, but to realize
Oh.
you're gifted in so many ways and don't throw that away.
Mm.
So I just wanted to share that and to let you know how much I enjoy your show whenever I have the opportunity because I'm out there still sharing Academy along
Yes.
with my own life, trying to
Yeah.
keep things in the perspective um, of not getting overwhelmed, overcrowded, but realizing that this is a part of life
Mm.
and we have to be able to manage it in a way to where we can accomplish our dreams and our goals. That's my takeaway. Um, and thank you for letting me share it. And thank you for being a good host and digging in and finding all these interesting things for us to be invited to hear to encourage us. Thank you, and have a great day.
Althea, and yeah, Althea, listen, let's just keep it real right now. I really
Very
do
much.
appreciate your your opening up the way you just did. And make no mistake about it, Althea. By the way, driver, what an appropriate surname. Because from the first time I ever heard you, Althea, I said, this lady's a driver. You're driving, you drive the message home. You've been doing some driving, and I'll be honest with you, you do inspire me. From the first time I ever heard you, I said, yeah, she's a winner and she's gonna drive it home. So
That's my intention.
allow me to laud you and applaud you. This is a inspiring moment. I'll tell you a little story, Althea, and to everyone. Years ago, when I was knocked down, like we all go through those days, those moments. You know, it might be for a day, a week, a month, some a year, more than a year. I couldn't find the energy. I couldn't find the momentum. I was just stuck. I couldn't even get up to let the sun shine in. I don't know if Ode is on the call this morning, but mention your name, Ode, if you're here, because you are a fan of Les Brown. Well, in that day, Althea, somehow I stumbled upon a cassette. Those were the days of the cassette players. And here was this gentleman, Les Brown, talking about or asking the question, where might one find the richest place on earth? And the audience was puzzled. They tried Fort Knox or whatever. And he said, the cemetery. And I said, wow, how did you come up with that? The first time I heard his story. And then he continued, Althea. He said, for it's in the cemetery that you'll find the songs that were never sung, the books that were never written, the stories that were never told, the inventions that never got invented. And his parting words on the tape that morning was, do not let the dream die with you. And that got me up and I started driving again. Hello? Am
Thank
I
you.
talking?
Yes.
Of course.
Uh,
And I know that someone needed to hear the message this morning. All of us, as a matter of fact. No
Very much
one
so.
left behind. I know it. Because, Althea, let's face facts. Let's keep it real. We are all going through some turbulent times right now. And things are changing rapidly. And we get knocked down. And if we are going to be in this atomy space, this atomy landscape, if we be from atomy nation, we got to get strong. We got to go out there and be about a crusade. People need us, and we need to be authentic.
Very
Oh,
much so.
oh yeah. So listen, Dr. Driver, keep driving, please. And if you have to take a minute to refuel and to do some oil change or check your transmission, do what you have to do, but keep driving. Keep driving.
Thank you so much, because you just said something that really is what I'm dealing with. That you said how it took you a moment to really get back, get on. You just was at a place where you felt like you were stuck. You couldn't move. And your motivation to do that was at times difficult. Well, I'm facing those times,
Yeah.
and I really have to.
Althea, I'm not going to stop you. I'm going to allow you to continue, but I'm going to say this. I know that in this Momentum Morning space that I was inspired to bring to the front, it's a moment to keep it real. There are folks on this show, on this call, they stumbled into Atomy. They did not know that they would move from a consumer to a crusader, from a consumer to a distributor. Someone invited those of us to try the product, and we loved it, and we decided that we wanted to do it. But that doesn't diminish the fact that, Althea, we all have different struggles. And in
Yeah.
order to become authentic crusaders, we got to get through and beyond the struggles. That's why we have to have a thing called Momentum Mornings. We are
Exactly.
all grappling with domestic, political, economic, environmental, all kind of issues. Bad news, sad news, the death of a loved one, that child, that son, that daughter, the betrayals, the heartache. And I could go on and on and on. So when I say here, hey guys, y'all, where the stories at, where the testimonials at, it's because if we don't get it real, God help us. This is a moment in time where we have to wake up and shake up and keep this thing real. We have to break through. And you know what? And I'm going to give you the microphone in a quick minute, Althea. This here Atomy train might be the last train going out. Yeah. So get on board, strap up, and let's do this. Over to you, Althea. Talk to me.
Well, I just thank you for those words of encouragement and keeping it real, because that's the only way that I'm going to be able to be successful in whatever I do. And you, just like you said, someone introduced me to this company. I wasn't looking for it. I never heard anything about it. And so I just knew that once I was introduced to this company and found out the little bit I found out about it, it just didn't take me long to realize, hey, this is real. This is a God sent. Most of all, it was something that I needed at the time because I was dealing with health issues. And once I was introduced to the product and used it, I knew it was a gift from God. It was God letting me know He had answered my prayers. And I just been diligent about sharing about using these products, and the excitement of everything led me to just start letting everyone else that I came in contact with know that God is in everything. He created everything. And these products are so beneficial for your health. And I just would get excited about sharing it because I had used them.
Yeah.
And by using them, I seen the transformation of what they were doing for me on the inside and outside. But it starts on the inside. And so that's where transformation process starts, is on the inside. And then it shows on the outside. But I'm just grateful that I've come across something that has proven to be so true. And that's the only way you can be set free is be for real. And when you know the truth, you use it to your advantage to benefit others. So that's my take from all this. And this is why I encourage people to try the product. I'm not going to tell you something about something that I haven't used. That's what encouraged me to share this so that people can know that it works. But it's up to you to use the product and see for yourself. And so far, I have not been let down by anyone that I have shared these products with. They didn't always buy right then, but some of them did order right then. Like I have an uncle in New York.
Yes.
And I shared the product with him, and he has different issues with his back and had pain in his lower back. And I shared the product, and he ordered immediately. And he started using them, and he started sharing with me how the Hemoheme and the Ephoril patch, the Noni juice, the vitamins, they'll make how his body just feels so much better. How he's walking instead of 2 miles, he's doing 3 miles, and that's encouraging. He says he really feels good about it. And he's a pastor, he's a bishop.
Yes.
He lives in Queens, New York. And
Yes.
so by him using these products, he just thanks God for it. And he's going to start sharing it with his congregation. But that is my mother's oldest brother. And he's the only sibling that's living out of the family now. He lives in Queens, New York. But like I'm saying, you just never know who you're going to meet. And I'm always meeting people, and God just opens the door. I don't always just dive in and start talking about, hey, do you want to buy this? It doesn't work like that in my life. God puts people in my path for a reason and a purpose. And it can just be a candid conversation. And then one thing will lead to another. But that's how he operates in my life today. And I have had the opportunity to share these products with a lot of people in Florida, New York, just my hometown, just wherever I'm at. I'm just grateful that I have came across Atomy. And I thank God for the CEO of this company and how he directed his path to reach out and share the gifts that can help people lead a much healthier and better life till God gets ready to bring us home. Because just like the CEO says, we all gonna die. You gonna die, but you can live in a way to where God can bless you to be here until he gets ready to bring you home.
Wow.
So this is my take from it. And I just thank you, because sometimes I've done forgot to express things, CJ, and you'll come on and you'll just say it. And that would be what I would be intending to share, but you be done said it. So that was a good thing. And it's just a reminder how we need each other to help each other, to encourage each other. This is not about being greedy or trying to get there first, or just using people to get what you want. Because of the way this company is designed, everybody can reach the top, and that's the way God designed it. Everybody can go to heaven if you believe. And so this is what we have to do. We have to show love, and we have to show love in the way that it's supposed to be shown.
That's right.
You can't be backstabbing and hating and looking at one another in the wrong way. Love conquers all. And that's what we need to make it in life. We need to show love and appreciate one another and help one another. And so I'm going to give it back to you. That's my intake. I thank you for these moments that we have, which are very important. And whenever I do have the opportunity to, like I have today, I'd be glad to hop on board so I can hear something new, something encouraging, because that's what we need. We need to be encouraged. We need help. And we can only get that by sharing the love and helping one another. Because it's a reason and a purpose that all of this stuff is happening. and it all leads to one place, and that's going home. So thank you, and
No,
I
I
give it
thank
back
you.
to you.
Yeah. No, don't. I thank you, Althea Driver. I hardly even want to speak because you've said it all. You know, you have said it all. And all I'm trying to do here, Althea, morning after morning after morning, is really just to encourage us all not to walk away from our business. You know, for some, it happens fast. For others, it takes a little while. I tell the story about the gentleman who sold his land. But he was told that in that region where he lived, uh, under the in the ground there, it was a mineral rich, um, precious metal. And so he bought this land with the hope that he would strike it rich. And he went 1 month, 1 year, for however long, nothing happened. You know, I don't know if you know the story about the Chinese bamboo, Althea, or anyone on the call. The Chinese bamboo. You get up and you water it and you water it and you water it morning after morning, day after day after day. I'm not drifting. I'm going to come back to center in a minute. The Chinese bamboo in the fifth year after watering it, year 1, year 2, year 3, and you say, it's not working. I know I'm talking to someone this morning. Year 4, and you're still getting up and you're doing it. You're knocking on doors. You're making those calls. You're presenting your products. You're giving away some of your products. And it does not happen. I know that I'm talking to someone this morning, and the gentleman that had the land, I'm going to come back to him in a second, because he sold his property and went hunting around, traveled, and finally killed himself. He jumped off a bridge. Truth is, the person who he sold the land to, after a while, struck diamonds. One of the largest diamond mines there is. Acres of diamond. That's the title of the book. Acres of diamond. True story. So, you know, it's let's get back to Chinese bamboo. And this is real. Year 4, you are watering in the morning, in the evening, nothing is happening. Year 5 comes around, and you do it one more time, like you did in year 1 and year 2 and year 3 and year 4, almost just about to give up. Do not quit. Do not give up, Althea. You hear me?
I
In
hear
year
you loud
5,
and clear.
you better hear me. Don't
I
play
hear
with
you.
me.
I hear you loud and clear, and I have no intentions of giving up. And also, I just like to say this, that the I have heard that story before,
Yes.
and I'm not for sure, but I think I read that book as well. But the book, there is another book there that you were discussing, about the 4 agreements.
Yes.
I've read that book, and that was some years ago. I read that book,
Yes.
and it was just what I needed at the time because my life was transforming. But that is a very good book. And when you mentioned that, I went through my library trying to find the book. I know it's in here somewhere because a lot of books that I've read, I'm hearing people talk about those books. And I'll go back and I'll pull that book out and I'll read it over. And, you just see things so differently. And like I
Yes.
was saying, when you write things down on paper and you go back and you
Yes.
reread it. So anyway, back to you. I just want to share that.
Of course. And I guess this morning is your morning. But listen. So back to the Chinese bamboo. Year 5. Here comes year 5. And that bamboo shoots up 30 feet overnight. You can literally stand and see the bamboo shooting. It grows 30 feet overnight. How about that, Althea?
Awesome.
Don't
That,
play.
that is amazing.
Okay, so for those on the call this morning who might feel a sense of despair, they've been in the atomy world for a minute. It's not happening. Well, I can't give you all the reasons. It could be you. It could be an issue of timing, but your time will come. Stay in the fight. Do not sell your property. Do not walk away from your acres of diamond. There's a thing called the Chinese bamboo. I'm trying. I'm really trying this morning. And let me also just bring a little Bible into it, okay? Because it's good news, okay? So for years and years and years, I heard about the story of the sower and the seed. Jesus told this story about the sower who went out to sow, and as he sowed the seed, some fell on rocky ground and they didn't come up to nothing. Some fell among thorns and thistles, and some fell wherever the seeds fell. The birds came and snatched the seeds, and then finally some fell on good ground. Over the years, I've come to determine that story can be told in so many ways. The ground is your mind, and we were just this morning talking about the thoughts and the mind. The soil is your mind. Be careful what you feed your mind. And when you get these nuggets, try not to let the pressures of life snatch them away from you. Don't let the birds, pick up those nuggets. The company that you keep, they're those birds, those ugly birds. They come destroy the dream and the nuggets. Make sure that you plant those seeds and you water them 30-fold, 60-fold, 100-fold. Thank you for listening. So with that said, I just really want to quickly look at our 5 top selling products in Atomy. Why am I doing it? Because there's some of us who like to reinvent the wheel. Yeah. Sometimes it's good to be bold and be adventurous, but do not be about reinventing the wheel right now. 2025 came around, the top selling products worldwide, and if you can look on my screen. Okay, so number 1, the Hemohim. Number 2, the Absolute Cell Active Skincare. And what I will do is just incorporate all the skincare products. So we have the Evening Forset, we have the Absolute Skincare Althea, and all these other skincare products. Atomy is not only about de-aging, folks. It's about reverse aging. And if you do not know the products, you go on your shopping site, you go find a product, you click on expand for details. It's amazing. There's a university there bursting with information. Okay, so third, it's the noni concentrate. It's not noni juice. Morinda citrifolia is a superfood. It is a superfood of superfoods. Your zeronim, your paroxin, everything is there. The ladies need to take their noni and their broccoli every day. Don't stop. Then you got your probiotics. You got your toothpaste. Those 5 are the company's top sellers. Go into your store, get them. And if these are the winners, then work with that. You can add to it, but 2020 and over the years, your Hemahim, your skincare, your noni, your probiotics, and your toothpaste. Hint, hint. Clue, clue. Hint, hint, clue, clue. So what I'm going to do is just quickly, let me just bring, I'll jump over the Hemahim. I have here, it's 6 minutes, but let's see. I'll just skip the Hemahim this morning because I don't know if we have anyone new on the call, but let me feature our Absolute Active Skincare. And I will skip the demonstration, but we have to touch the Absolute Cell Active Skincare. It is the month of June. June, we're heading into summer. Are you using your sunscreen? It's the month for all the graduations and the proms and the weddings will be on. So we need to be about our Absolute Cell Active Skincare. Incidentally, I issued a challenge going 2 weeks now. Before the month is done, everyone need to be about cracking the code. Have a beauty party. If it's even one person, get your beauty party on. So our Cell Active Skincare, let me do that real quick.
Since I got this latest upgraded AI Smart Satellite terminal, I haven't paid a single cent in monthly fees to telecom companies. No matter where you are in the world, you just turn it on and you
Hello everyone, I'm Georgie, and today we're here with another Atomy tutorial. This time I'm here to talk to you about our legendary Absolute Skincare set. Known all over the world, the Absolute Skincare set is sold every 4 minutes. You heard that right. This is because the Absolute Skincare set is made up of 6 individual products, each designed to give flawless looking skin, as it is filled with tons of natural ingredients like green tea water, tuberose extract, and more. It's also been certified as excellent by the 2018 Dermatest. First, we have our Absolute Cell Active Toner. To start with, you'll need to wash and cleanse your face. Our toner works best when the skin is clean and dry. Apply 2 to 3 pumps on a cotton pad and sweep evenly across your face. From the get-go, our toner will instantly absorb into the skin, leaving it feeling refreshed and moisturized. This is because Atomy's Cell Active Toner helps to brighten the skin. We recommend you use this daily. Up next comes our world-renowned Atomy Absolute Cell Active Ampule, which has won multiple design and quality awards internationally. The ampule is the ultimate booster shot for when your skin needs a miracle. Our ampule is different to others, as ours comes with an effortless and easy-to-use glass pipette. Simply turn once, releasing the applicator button. Highly concentrated and supercharged by the legendary Absolute Cell Active code, our ampule is a fast and effective anti-aging skin agent. Skin will be eternally grateful for this boost. Honestly, it's incredible. Now we move on to the Absolute Cell Active Serum. Used daily by so many already, Atomy's Cell Active Serum has been designed with All Might code and microemulsion technology. Our premium serum helps maintain skin elasticity and absorbs directly into the skin. Simply apply 2 pumps of the serum into your hands and then spread evenly around your face. Now it's time for the Atomy Absolute Cell Active Lotion. Known for being lightweight and silky soft, our lotion helps nourish the skin. It's easy to use. Just apply a few pumps into the palm of your hand and apply gently. Cell Active Lotion boosts the skin's energy, keeping it bright and healthy whilst on the go. Next, it's time to apply the Cell Active Eye Complex. Using one finger, apply our highly concentrated daily eye cream, which helps dramatically reduce the appearance of wrinkles and prevent future wrinkles, all whilst firming up the skin under the eyes. I use this daily, and I know that you will too. Finally, and to finish our amazing Atomy K-Beauty Cell Active skincare routine, we have our amazing Atomy Cell Active Nutrition Cream. Apply using your fingers and spread evenly around your face. This cream is rich and powerful, so only a little goes a long way. The Atomy Nutrition Cream, powered by Cell Active lifting technology, is known for reversing signs of aging. It helps improve elasticity and gives your skin a youthful and radiant glow. I like to use this during the colder months or when my skin just needs that extra boost. And wow, just look at that skin. It's all you need to do in order to...
All right. Okay. So that's our Absolute Cell Active skincare. And by the way, KJ and Joseph and Syriac and where's Benjamin? He's gone. Yeah. Pay attention, guys. It's not just for the ladies. Okay. Okay. Then we have our Atomy Noni concentrate.
Java Island is home to Atomy's organic noni farm. The noni fruit here grows in organic, mineral-rich volcanic soil. Once ready, it is harvested and sorted by hand so that only the highest quality fruit makes it through. When all the noni fruit is collected, it is washed at least 3 times in order to ensure the highest hygiene standards. It is then flash frozen at -40 degrees Celsius and securely packaged before being shipped to Korea, ready for production. When it arrives at the production facility, it undergoes its first patented fermentation and aging process for 1,080 hours. After that, the juice extraction process begins. Once the juice is extracted, it is first filtered to remove any bits, then mixed with natural organic coconut sugar to lighten the taste. In order to ensure it maintains all its rich nutrients, the juice is then cold pressed and fermented for another 360 hours, making a total of 1,440 hours. Noni is manufactured under a strict quality control system throughout the entire process to ensure it is of the highest quality. Even during the packing process, each step is kept under strict quality assurance. Once the juice is all packed into its containers, it undergoes another inspection to ensure its quality before being fully packed ready for shipping. Atomy Noni. Absolute quality, absolute price.
Okay. So let me remind y'all, 22 benefits. It's time to bring the fermented noni, the Atomy fermented noni on stage. 22 benefits. I posted the benefits in the Momentum Morning Chat yesterday. Here they are. Arthritis, blood pressure, depression, cancer, enhancing cognitive function, diabetes, eczema, fertility boosting, cholesterol, gout, hair growth, joint pain, immune system boosting, liver disease, menstruation regulation, muscle spasm relief, parasite removal, skin health, optimum vision, weight loss, candida soothing, and wound healing. 22 benefits. Time to get your fermented noni on stage. Okay? Don't play. Then we have our probiotics. I know we're right down on the hour, but allow me to feature the probiotics, because the truth is, this is necessary. It needs 3 minutes. Of course, we'll perhaps leave out the toothpaste, but let's talk about the probiotic, because this is the fourth in the lineup of the #1 sellers in the Atomy landscape. Let's watch this video.
Lennar has a hot selection of homes for sale right now throughout Miami-Dade and Broward. Pay zero.
Atomy Probiotics. Probiotics play a very important role for our digestive system. Probiotics have many benefits, and one of these benefits is that it may help to boost your immune system, because health does begin in the gut.
Probiotics may help balance gut bacteria in your digestive system. Probiotics may help boost your immune system and may help relieve gut symptoms such as diarrhea, constipation, and bloating. And probiotics may decrease vaginal and urinary tract infections. Atomy Probiotic product has probiotics and prebiotics. Probiotics is a friendly, beneficial bacteria, and prebiotics is a food to feed to friendly bacteria. Probiotics can help support the bacteria that live with us, especially when the bacteria are challenged by antibiotics, poor diet, or traveling. And yes, probiotics can grow, metabolize, and interact with influence the microbes that colonize our body. The ability of probiotics to influence our immune system can impact our microbiota in our health. Atomy Probiotics has 12 types of strains. Prebiotics feed the friendly bacteria in the digestive system. Atomy Probiotics contains 3 types of prebiotics to support the gut bacteria for a healthier digestive system.
There are 60 packets in one box. You may take it in the evening before you go to bed, preferably without hot water and hot food. So the packets look like this, and you can use scissors as a way to open it. Just cut off the top, and it's a powder, so you pour it straight into your mouth. It has a very nice and sweet taste, so to take it is very pleasant. It's not bitter. I think they say it even has like a blueberry hint of a taste to it. So, and for the question of the day, we want to see how well you were listening. What kind of symptoms do probiotics help to relieve? List them in the comments below, and we will see how attentively you were listening. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you guys another time.
And finally, there is a correlation between our gut health and our mitochondria, our probiotics, prebiotics, probiotics, and our mitochondria. Another day, we'll talk about that. So we have our Hemohim, we have our skincare products, we have our Noni, we have our probiotics, and finally, 5 top selling products in Atomy. Don't forget your toothpaste.
Hello, my name is Lydia Savchenko, and today I would like to leave my testimony about our Atomy toothpaste with propolis. We all know that we use toothpaste to keep our teeth and gum healthy, but today I'm going to tell you something interesting. It's one of the life hacks we use at our home. So this toothpaste has propolis, and propolis is an amazing product Bees make propolis to seal their beehives and protect their beehives. That's why we use propolis, to seal and protect our teeth from different cavities and different infections. So one of the wonderful things about propolis, it also works with burns, because propolis contains antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant properties. Recently, I burned myself with a curler. So you can see I have a mark on my neck, and it was very painful. So when I burned myself, I started looking for something, and I knew that first of all, I need to put cold water, not ice, but cold water for a few minutes. So I put cold water, and then I took this amazing toothpaste, and I put like an ointment on my burn. And I don't know, maybe 1-2 minutes, and the pain just went away. And that's the first thing we want to do. We want to get rid of pain. Yes, I'm going to have a mark for a few weeks probably, but then I didn't.
Okay. And that's it. We need to understand, recognize that we have our 5 top selling products. Do not reinvent the wheel. Get your beauty parties on. Crack the code before this month is done. And while you're doing your free facials or your beauty party and get the products, tomorrow is our Cosmetic Millionaire morning. We do our beauty care on Thursdays. So you get your accoutrements, get whatever you need, put it together. That's the package. Get your invitations out and crack the code. While you're having your beauty party, then you have a chance to talk about your hemohim. See, you have a captive audience. You talk about your hemohim, your skincare products, your noni, your probiotics, your toothpaste, and whatever else. And by the way, it's time to come out of hiding. Come out of hiding wherever you are. Get your products, put them out there, and go get your little labels. Put it on your hemohim, on your skincare product, your noni, whatever it is, your name, your phone number, whatever it is, so that when it's time to reorder, your information is right there. And go after consumers. This is a customer-driven business, and that's it, folks. Listen, we really cover a lot of stuff here on the Momentum Morning Space. It changes. It's not your fixed every day. It's the same thing. We go into the products. We go into our inspirational mornings. And the purpose behind it all is to get us all into momentum. We change lives for better. Wake up, brand yourself, get the word out there. For some of us, it's happening a little faster than for others, but don't worry, it will happen. The Chinese bamboo, in the 5th year, he could have stopped watering that bamboo in the 1st year. 2nd year, could have given up. It took him 5. It takes the Chinese bamboo 5 years, and then magic happens. Let the magic happen. A lot of preparation, Althea, goes into into Momentum Morning. So we strongly urge that we invite folks. Invite. The heavy lifting is already done for you. So for those folks that are able to navigate to a Momentum Morning, 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, 9:45 pregame, invite them. The work is done for you, and build your business. Come out of hiding. Brand yourself wherever you are. And that's all for me from Momentum Morning CJ. I'm here tomorrow again, and we're family here. We ask the questions, we edify, we educate, we motivate, we stimulate, we take care of each other. No one left behind. So, any last words from anyone?
Yes, CJ. Thank you as usual. Amazing call. And I just want to friendly reminder to our family here that we have hot bundles. Everything that you spoke about, CJ is on promotions from the Beauty Personal Care Best Kit. It has the toothpaste in there. We have the Best Kit that has the HemoHim probiotics and vitamin C for only $150. I think that's a steal. I ordered it yesterday. We have the Noni juice also on promotion. 6 bottles for $342. I think that's a steal, and I'm getting that for my girl who is who had the operation, and hoping and praying that it'll really, really assist her with this massive operation that she had, and that she'll have a testimony about the Noni juice. Thank you, guys. Blessings.
Thank you.
That's all for me.
By the way, Valerie, thank you. By the way, the Noni, do you know what's the PV?
PV, I'm glad you brought that up because the PV is really also massive. It is 250,000 PVs on the Noni juice for the $342, a half a dozen that you have there.
Okay.
And the Best Kit is also, they also up the PVs are up there too. I think it's 100,000. And the Beauty and Personal Care Best Kit is 200,000 PVs.
Okay. Well, go for it, guys. The run is on again, so we all have a chance to make it happen. So we have the bundles out there. We have our top selling products. Let's put our face in the place. Let's get our dealer parties going before the month is done. And want to say thanks to Dr. Driver this morning for shining in. Yeah, keeping it real, as we all do, from morning to morning to morning. I think that's all for me, Malika. I think that's all from CJ this morning.
I would like to say thank you, CJ. You done such a wonderful job of sharing and introducing us to this company and what it has to offer. So I hope the rest of your day be blessed and take care. And I am going to be going on and ordering the promotion, a couple of those promotions, and so just keeping it real.
And my word to you is to keep driving. Keep driving.
Thank you very much. I intend to. I love it. I just thank God for my life, my health, and my strength. And to hear the young ladies and gentlemen share, it's very encouraging. I need to hear this from time to time because I have a very busy life. And so sometimes it's good for me to just sit back and take in what others have to share because it truly helps. So thank you for letting me share, and y'all have a great rest of your day. God bless.
Likewise, God bless. And my message to everyone: listen, Momentum Mornings is not for CJ. It's about all of us who come on the show. It's your show. It's your time. Invite. Share your testimonials. Own this thing. It's all about you. Make it happen. So I just need to say it again. It's here for you to help us to get better. Get better and stay better. Thank you all. See you tomorrow. Aja.
Aja. Aja. Aja.
Aja. God bless you.
Well done. Well done.
KJ, how you doing, brother?
I'm well. Doing well. And you always put a great, wonderful show. And I love the testimonies and how everyone feels about the Morning Momentum show. So applaud to you.
Well, we're looking forward to to seeing you up front, Mr. Joseph, doing what you do. I know you're out there doing your crusade, and we want to see you on stage for real. And for everyone else, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't quit. Let's stay in the saddle and stay by the fire and invite. We do all that heavy lifting stuff. Let folks who have never heard about the Hemahim, the fermented noni, the probiotics, let them come and hear the experience. Chances are they'll just be ordering right away. That's what happens to me, KJ. I invite folks on the call. The next thing is that when I get a call from my guest, if I order today, how soon? That's what happens every time. So guys, use the platform, change lives for better. Aja.
Aja,
Aja. Thank you.
You.